Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can you see my screen? Yes, okay, great. So I'm going to go. So my name is Valerie. I'm a biochemist. I'm professor of biochemistry and molecular biology, but I'm also the vice president of the University of New Caledonia, in charge of research and international relations. So today I'm going to tell you a few words to give you an overview of who we are and what we do, hopefully. So, the University of New Caledonia is localized in the Pacific region, as you may know, just in between Australia and New Zealand and all a series of small Pacific islands. Here you can see on this slide the mainland of New Caledonia and the three little islands, which are called Loyalty Islands. And our campuses, because we have three campuses, are localized for the most important one in terms of size and number of students and training in Nouvelle, the capital of New Caledonia. Then we also have a delocalized campus in Kone and another one in Lifu, Loyalty Island. We also have another delocalized campus in Wallis and Futuna Island, which are two small islands from the Pacific territories. So just to give you an overview of our campuses. So the first big campuses is that one, is called Nouvelle campus. The second one in Baco is a little bit smaller, but it's brand new. And I think I don't have a picture for the third one. So this is the Lifu and the Matautu. Okay, so a brief history of the University of New Caledonia with a few dates. So we were created in 1987 with one campus, which was localized somewhere else. Then we opened a second site in 1994, which is the Nouvelle site. And in 1999, we become University of New Caledonia as a whole, because previously we were called UFP for University Française, French University from the Pacific, and we had two centers, one delocalized in Nouméa and one delocalized in Tahiti. But now we are fully an autonomous university called University of New Caledonia, and the University of French Polynesia is another one. In 2012, we created a unique campus on the Nouvelle site, and these are the pictures that you can see on the right, the building of this brand new university. And with our expansion, in 2019, we opened big research centers on our campuses, which we are very happy with. And in 2020, we opened our first delocalized campus in the north of the main island, which is the Baco campus that I just showed you. UNC for the territory of New Caledonia is somehow much more of a university. Here on this slide, what you can see is that, of course, university in dark orange, as a whole French state university, we have common universal values for university, which has freedom and neutrality, intellectual openness, universality, and independence of our thinking. As a French university, we have several missions. We have several missions, which are of course, higher education, research, and also the professional integration of our students. But with the specific political situation of New Caledonia being a French territory very far from France with a unique political status worldwide, we have some specific missions which have been assigned to UNC through a specific political agreement called l'Accord de Nouméa, the Nouméa Agreement. And in several articles, this Nouméa Agreement says that UNC is directly responsible for higher education and scientific research in New Caledonia, that the University of New Caledonia shall meet the training and research needs of New Caledonia, And as such, we are developing a training offer and a research activity that fully serves the scopes of working towards serving the needs of our country. Then scientific research and university teaching must also serve the promotion, development, and knowledge on native indigenous languages, which are called Kanak languages in New Caledonia, all the things that we are doing on a day-to-day basis. The University of New Caledonia in a few numbers. So we have 50 courses or 50 different degrees that are being taught in our university. Almost 4,000 students. We are a very small university, but we're a very small country as well at the same time, 260,000 inhabitants. And we have somehow 600 students graduating each year. We also have 7 research units with around 100 of the staff that are dedicated to research, and we are producing something like 300 publications per year. We have, including this research staff, we have 251 people working at the university, half of them being professors or assistant professors or researchers, and half of them being administrative staff. And our global budget for our functioning is somehow small because we're a small uni and we're a French uni. So the fees are mostly paid by the French state, and our budget for the functioning is 42 million euros. And as you can see on these graphs, most of that is coming from the French state. The different higher education training that are available at the University of New Caledonia, I'm going to try to describe not all of them, but just to give you an overview in the next two slides. We are a pluridisciplinary university, so we have many different schools, internal schools. The first of each in green on this slide being that of sciences and techniques with a different degree. We have a master's degree on sustainability sciences, which is the first one at the national level in France, with a major on climate change and environmental sustainability with a specific focus on the South Pacific region, a degree that is bilingual and international and that we do share with the University of South Pacific in Fiji. We also have a few bachelor's degrees in sciences, in computing sciences, mathematics, physics, chemistry, life and earth sciences, and also a health pathway in this life and earth sciences bachelor's degree. We have professional degrees, mainly we have a vocational bachelor's degree in instrumentations, measurements, and quality control of quality, I'd rather say. We also have a section preparing students to enter into engineer schools, which is called CUPGE. And then we have also professional training in 2 years, which is called DUST. And as you may know, New Caledonia is very rich in nickel, and New Caledonia is also a hotspot for biodiversity, meaning that on a very small dedicated place, we have a high level of endemism, in average 75% in New Caledonia, on which we can find some threats. And amongst these threats, fire, climate change, erosion, mining industry and other industries and anthropogenic activities. And so this DUST has been created as a professional degree, which is applied to geosciences, mining, water, and the environment. And this is for the Sciences and Techniques department. We also have a Humanities Languages department with 2 master's degrees. A master's degree on civilizations, culture, and societies with a specific focus, of course, on Oceanian and Pacific studies. We have another master's degree on territorial management and local development, specifically focused once again on the planning and development of Oceanian territories. We also have in the humanities department several bachelor's degree, one in geography and planning, one in history, applying foreign languages with double languages courses of English and Spanish. Then the same kind of degree with English and Japanese. Then we also have a specific degree on foreign and regional languages, literature and civilization, with a focus on Oceanian languages and culture courses, and mainly on Kanak languages to promote them. And then the same degree with a focus on English courses and a bachelor's degree in humanities as a whole. The third department at the University of New Caledonia is that of Law, Economics and Management, with one master's degree in law. And then we have 3 master's degree in this internal department, which are Law, Economics and Management. And we also have a dedicated preparation diploma for the admission exam to Regional Center of Professional Training for Lawyers. Then we have an internal, we have different internal institutes or schools. The first one here in purple is the Universite Institute of Technology, with 2 bachelor's degree in technology, one focused on multimedia and internet productions, and the second one focused on management of business and administrations. We also have some vocational degrees of technology, one dedicated to communication professions, to train communication managers and digital arts course, one on commerce and retailing, one on accounting and payroll, one degree in management and accounting profession with a focus on auditing, and one dedicated to IT profession and web applications. We have an Internal Institute of Business Administration with 2 master's degrees, which are being undertaken in what we call alternation, meaning that the students spend half of their time at the university, half of their time in an enterprise. And the first one is in management and administration of companies, and the second one in computing methods applied to business management. In this Institute for Business and Administration, we also have some bachelor's degrees on computing methods applied to management companies and on tourism and leisure professions. And we also have a degree, a university degree, for a student entrepreneurship diploma. Within the university, the last school that we have is a school which is dedicated to the training of professors and teachers for primary and secondary school. So this is in pink on my slide. It's National Institute of Professorship and Education, with several master's degrees leading to teaching, education and training professions for secondary education, or the same one for primary education. We also have some university degrees which are within this internal school for Institute of Professorship to become an adult educator, or for languages and Oceanian culture with a focus on Wallisian and Futunian languages, or the same one focused on Kanak languages. And we also have a university degree focusing on teaching in primary schools. At the University of New Caledonia, we train from the first year of the bachelor's degree or diploma to the PhD level. So we also have a PhD school, or doctoral school of the Pacific, it is called, which is a doctoral school that we do share with our colleagues from the University of French Polynesia in Tahiti. And within this school, we train some students to PhD. Or we train our colleagues to undertake a specific degree. I think it's specific to the French system, which is called HDR for habilitation to direct research, meaning that when you have that, you are allowed as a professor to officially train some PhD students. And then we also do continuing education, which means that we do train some people who are already in an active professional lives, and we can deliver some specific degree. At the moment, this year, we deliver such degree in law, but we can create any degree on request. Concerning all the trainings that I've just talked about, well, the University of New Caledonia works as, I would like to think, as many universities, with some face-to-face training and teaching, with some hybrid teaching and training. We do have a Moodle online courses platform. We do perform some face-to-face or online evaluation. We do have some systems for consulting the students with electronic voting system. We also have a TV production studio for us, or for the students to produce some things that they have to. We podcast our lectures. We also have a series of MOOC that are available at the moment. One of the most famous one is on climate change or business creations. And we do work on block of skills that we want students to acquire, or project-based teaching. But I think this is somehow classical for many universities. University of New Caledonia does have a very strong social commitment for its students. First of all, we do take a special care of our students with special needs, with measures for disabled students, for students that do need to be employed while they are students, with specific pathways that are dedicated to them. And also, since 2 years, I think, we've developed parenthood specifically dedicated to our students, so that when our students do become parents, because we realized it was happening in our societies, they have some support and help in order for them not to have to stop studying at UNC. We have a specific student support unit, and within this support unit, we do have an emergency shelter apartment in case of big problems for our students. We also have a specific listening cells with some psychologists that are available for our students, and we also have a solidarity grocery store with all the community at the university bringing things to this store for the students that could need them. And also we have some very active sportive colleagues and a very active cultural program of activities on our campuses. Research. As I told you, we are a university which does training, but also research. There are 7 research units, 7 research laboratories at the University of New Caledonia. The first one is called ISEA, which stands for Institute of Exact and Applied Sciences, which is my laboratory, for instance. And here we are working on the functioning and evolution of all terrestrial and coastal environments, on the exceptional biodiversity of New Caledonia, in order to understand, monitor, valorize all this biodiversity and the threats that are associated with the demographic, urban, industrial activities. Then we have another laboratory which is called LIR, for Interdisciplinary Laboratory for Research in Education. And as indicated in the name of this laboratory, in this one we are dealing with any questions of specific links between Oceanian culture and the way people do get educated, with specific innovation in education, health and well-being in the youth in Oceania, and a comparative analysis of the education system and policies in Oceania as a whole. Then we have a laboratory called ERALO, which works mainly on languages and linguistic diversities, but also on artistic questions, with a big focus on native Kanak languages. Then we have the large laboratory for, it's our laboratory for legal and economic research. And they are working mainly on natural and cultural diversity and legal pluralism. As you might guess, there are some specific legal questions that are directly linked to the unique political status of New Caledonia. And they are also working on legal and economic emancipation of New Caledonia. The fifth lab is called TROCA, and this one is focusing on Oceanian studies as a whole. So as you can see, we mainly have one big laboratory for sciences, and then we have 4 laboratories for humanities questions. And then we have 2 last laboratories, which are here called Entropy and Espace Dev. And these ones are laboratories that we share with some other centers for research like CNRS or IRD, Institute of Research and Development. Entropy is working on marine questions, and Espace Dev is working on spatial dynamics of eco-sociosystems. Still in research, the University of New Caledonia, as I told you when we started, has been growing, and we have some brand new facilities for research with atmosphere control laboratory as an example, or a big research center called Sigma on 3 levels that we are very proud of. We also have some unique infrastructures like a big platform for microscopy, MET and MEB, transmission microscopy, or MEB is for microscopy à balayage, electronic microscopy. And we do work here in New Caledonia because we are small uni, but we have some other colleagues that are researchers from some other national institutes or local institutes for research. And so we all work together in a structure which is called the CRESICA, which is a consortium for research, higher education and innovation in New Caledonia. And in this CRESICA, we are all, the university, together with some 8 other research institutes like CNRS, IRD, Pasteur Institute, CIRAD, IIC, and so on, IFREMER. And we all work together on a common scientific project serving the needs of New Caledonia. The 3 main thematic of the CRESICA are to work on the enhancement of our natural capital, like unique biodiversity, mining, and environmental question. We also work on improving health in relation to the environment and societies, because we are very conscious that Oceanian populations have specific health problems that can be vector-borne diseases or lifestyle-linked diseases. And we also work at supporting the institutional, social, and cultural evolution of our country, with 2 transverse perspectives on these 3 themes, which are insularity and globalization in a changing environment and climate change. And hence, working all together, we are always growing and willing to work on innovation and development of research and innovation in New Caledonia. And at the moment, we are actively part of building with some other partners here in New Caledonia what we call a science valley in Nouvelle. And in this science valley, we want to work on our assets like unique biodiversity that we can, for instance, valorize, to develop some basic and applied research in our laboratory and in partnership with some private companies in order to valorize, innovate, transfer, and create maybe some new economical values for our country. And next year we are going to build, so we are going to grow again, we are going to build a big, brand new research center on our campus, which will be called Vectopol, something that we are building together with the Pasteur Institute. And inside this big building, we would like to work on vector-borne diseases. As you may know, New Caledonia and many countries from the Pacific do face some specific health problem linked to mosquitoes like dengue, Zika, chikungunya, and we would like to answer throughout the research activity that we are going to implement with Pasteur Institute here, these problems. Doing research at the University of New Caledonia, we have a very strong policy of open sciences, or sciences for and to the society, what we call sciences and society. And we have a tool which is a tool that we do use a lot to communicate the results of our research and the results of the conferences that are being held in New Caledonia. And this tool is the University Press of New Caledonia, which we call the PUNC. And as you can see here, we have, I'm showing you on this slide a few examples of the different books that we are editing. And as a policy of our sciences and society, all these books are available for free download on our website, or so they are available to be bought online. We also organize a lot of events throughout the year. We have 6 to 12 cine debates, scientific cine debates over the year, so one each month almost. There's one at the moment, which is on organic waste. We also organize 20 to 30 conferences each year. Last night at the University of New Caledonia was the night for sciences, with small conferences, activities around sciences, and visit of all our laboratories with comments and of our colleagues on our research activities. And we also have a very active school for PhD, with conferences very often, or competitions for the best talk within our PhD students. And also we have a very active politics in terms of access to culture, with 2 or 4 plays or concerts every year, some theater companies coming to the campus, or some chorals, all this being free, of course, for all of our students. We also work through innovation, through sciences and society, and we have a UNC corporate club, so very strong links that we want to develop and open our campus to private companies. And we also have a foundation through which we can exchange and receive funds from the private companies and work on specific questions that are being raised for the development of the country. And so hence we wish to participate to the dynamics of innovation of New Caledonia, and to recruit some specific professional adapted to our needs and increase the skills of our employees and students. For our students, in order to develop their entrepreneurship culture, we have set up 3 years ago a dedicated structure to take them from their degree to the step of trying to implement a business or startup or whatsoever, and it is called the PEPIT structure. And through this PEPIT tool, we want to develop the entrepreneurship culture, disseminate best practices, propose a double accompaniment to our students, offer some specific training courses dedicated to the development of their entrepreneurship skills, and also they do benefit from a free co-working space. And it's going to be extended, this PEPIT structure, next year as well. And last part of my talk will be dedicated to our international agreements and partnerships. So here on this map, you see where New Caledonia is localized, as I told you at the beginning of this talk, in the middle of the Pacific region, in between Australia, New Zealand, and all small Pacific islands. At the moment, we have 40 partnerships agreements. As a French university, we have a mission. We have a mission to promote the French languages, the French research skills, and the French training offer in our Pacific region, which we try to do our best to do so. And we are a member of AUF, Agence Universitaire de la Francophonie, of course, and we are, as European French territory, we are part as well of the Erasmus Plus program. And so we have amongst these 40 partnerships agreements, some partnerships with North and South America. We have, of course, through the Erasmus Plus program, some partnerships with Europe, some dedicated partnerships with France, but this for us is national, not international, so I'm not going to talk about those ones. And then we have some partnerships with Australia, New Zealand, all the countries from the Pacific region, and also a few partnerships with some countries from Asia. In Oceania, the main university that we are partnered with are James Cook University, Griffith, University of Sydney, Australian National University, RMIT, University of Technology in Sydney as well. Then we are partnership with the University of Auckland in New Zealand, Auckland University of Technology, Victoria University of Wellington, and Canterbury University in New Zealand. And then, as you can see, we are partners with the University of South Pacific, Fiji, in Samoa as well, Tonga, PNG, and Indonesia, Gajah Mada. We are also at the origin, together with our colleagues from the University of South Pacific in Fiji, of the creation of a network which is called the PIRN standing for Pacific Island University Research Network, which gathers together 13 universities from Pacific Island countries, so from small islands, because what we do share with those countries and universities are small sizes for most of them. And so the objective of the creation of this network was to develop joint research projects and publication with this country, pool and share resources to improve the quality of research, develop common training courses, cooperate on behalf of PIRN with partners in the region, and contribute to the construction of a bilingual research space in the Pacific region. And we have been actively co-sharing this network with our colleagues from University of South Pacific in Fiji for 10 years next year. And we have been labelized and as UN action of interest for all the Pacific region through our work within this network. Within this network, we have been working and we have used some funds to work together. And then using these first funds, we have been able to develop some bigger projects. One of the best examples that I'm going to talk about is the FALA project, which is an H2020 project funded by the European Union, aiming at working on family farming, lifestyle, and health for the small Pacific islands, in order to develop a sustainable food for all our populations. Another good example of the achievements that we've had within this PIRN network is the creation of our ITN subpath. So ITN stands for International Training Network, dedicated to the sustainable development of the Pacific region, hence ITN subpath. And within this network, we have implemented the first international regional degree on sustainability sciences with a major on climate change and environmental sciences, a degree that is fully bilingual. The first year is being shared by UNC and USP, and the second year is international mobility. UNC has also decided to be fully part of the International Decade for Indigenous Languages, which has been just started by UNESCO this year. And so during 10 years, we are going to implement some actions to promote our Kanak languages. We also have a delocalized off-site training program. For instance, we have some bilingual trainings in Vanuatu, like the master's degree in planning and development in Oceania that was there for a few years, a bachelor's degree in accommodation and tourism management that we do implement together with the Victoria University of Wellington and the University of Toulouse in France, and a bachelor's degree in environmental sciences that is also bilingual and that we do implement there together with our colleagues from James Cook University in Australia. We have a common degree with USP that I just talked about, which is the master's degree in sustainability sciences. In Wallis and Futuna, we do have a delocalized offer and a connected campus. So we are training some teachers over there. And in French Polynesia, we do share with them doctoral training. They are also part of International Training Network on the Sustainable Development of the Pacific. They are part as well of our regional cooperation within the PIRE. So the ITH SUDPAS has been funded by the Fonds Pacifique and has allowed us to implement our master's degree in sustainability. And we wish now to open some other majors like health, sustainable development around health questions in the Pacific, for instance. The FALA project, funded by the European Edge 2020 program, which gathers together 14 universities and which is led by UNC. And amongst our partners, we had European Solomon partners and Solomon Island, Vanuatu, and Australia, and PNG is now involved as well. And the goal is to set up a big network on family farming, lifestyle, health in the South Pacific. Of course, we have some other partnerships, Erasmus Plus, partnership focused on student mobility with 19 European universities, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand university. We are presently working to develop a regional Erasmus Plus with Fiji and Australia and New Zealand. And all our partnerships, we are targeting some specific university to implement our international strategies. And my last slide will be on Francophonie, because we have a direct mission to promote the French language in the Pacific region. So University of New Caledonia offers some official certifications in English and French. We have an internal house for languages. We do hold every year some summer and winter university. And at the moment, we have one that just started last Monday, and it's going to last until the 4th of December. So it's 3-week intensive French with a cultural program, with a set of cultural activity conferences so that you can get immersed into the French language and culture. We can also organize stays on demand. If a university wants to develop a specific program with us, we're very happy to have a look at that. We participate to the training of French teachers in the region. We have a project for a digital platform for French as a foreign language in Oceania, and the Erasmus Plus program, I already talked about it. And this was my last slide. I would like to thank you all for your attention, and I'm pleased to take any question if you have some. Thank you very much.